Show and Tell with Bishop Joansie, Episode 9.
Show and Tell Bishop Joansie, Episode 9. I brought a special guest today. Also, like one of my
special
best
guest.
homies. You might know him as like David R.
You might know
Pookie,
me.
the Billy Frank Show.
Click here to subscribe.
Maybe that's me. Maybe.
That's maybe he.
You show me what's in your hands!
It's alright, I don't got nothing to hide, man, alright? Don't worry about it. Don't fucking worry about it, man. Shit.
Is that what I think it is? Are those mixtapes?
Look, listen, Frank. You the realest nigga I know, alright? You the realest nigga I know. You don't have to sit here and...
No. My nigga Pookie. No.
You might be the guy, but
Follow
what?
me on YouTube, David the Destroyer. I'll be there.
Like,
Andy
comment,
Destroyer
subscribe.
is the man. I mean,
Anyway, show and tell.
yeah, Show and Tell, Episode 9. This one's called The Wild Thing. You know what's crazy? When there's a camera around, you gotta pretend the camera's not there. This has to show nervousness. So like, hello, camera, that's not there.
You gotta shake that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So let's start with the letters off. You know what I mean? Like with the T, that's like a modern take with the modern cubes. See, like with the little blue reflecting the yellow and the red with the white, and it's like that 90s modernism take of like the fancy T. But each letter is like a different meta. Like this one's like like retro colors, like the neon, the orange, like the orange, the freaking shiny ass green. And the E is its own meta, cause you see all these you see like these little yellow stars, the yellow stars, and then you have the blue reflecting the yellow, so it's like that contrast of the thing of any professional. The W looks like a fancy, yeah, the freaking W looks all fancy and shit. You got a fancy W. You got the
Wumbo.
I, you know what I mean? Like I like the I because that's like the funky diamond patterns. This one also has like a funky diamonds right here on the L. Then you have like the golden frames too on the freaking like right here on the freaking framings of the things. It's like the frame of a fancy contrast.
This camera's turning to jelly in my hands.
That's crazy good.
It was like the walls of the church.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, and that's that homage of like, freaking church,
Stained
church
glass.
Stained glass. I like this one with the dots and the D, I don't know, like it reminds me like it takes me to days like Broadway and you have like light bulbs on the letters. Yeah, so like
Pepperoni pizza.
a little pepperoni pizza. I like this one because there's Rastafarian colors on the T, as you can see, and then you have like more
living in color very much.
Yeah.
A little bit of that living color kind of black
Yeah, it's
culture.
like,
Black
imagine
culture. There's a lot of,
everything's
I do
white
interpret a
and
lot
then
of black
color.
culture and shit because you can see there's a lot of, see in the H, there's like a lot of African retro vibes. See like sesame colors, like, like I like with this, I see like, you have the red, the contrast to blue, with the yellow contrast to green, but they all look, the boxes all look different, going up and down. And you have like the intricacies with the N, you see like a little, like it's like that branding with that like more sharp contrast. And it's just like doing that dynamic thing where you just add like parallel lines because it adds a dynamic shift of like doing the dynamic things.
It keeps things together, but
Things together, makes it pop literally. It makes it pop literally. Like see with the G, there's like ridges, like a fine dime. So that was like my thing of like, okay, we can't just have like.
see how sweaty my skin gets?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Nasty.
Second take.
All
But anyways,
let's do the next take somewhere else.
All right, no, this is fine. Let's keep going. It's still recording, right?
Yeah.
Up right now.
Listen, don't worry. Don't worry about
All right.
that. Listen, don't worry about baking this. This is raw dog the footage. You can see this is the man. See this man?
Well, nothing.
Melting.
Melting ice cream cone. Group.
See, he's probably feeling like this guy right here. Look, racing the hot sun. I love the hot sun. You guys can get a little closer if you want.
They're melting. Their ice cream cones. A
You
puddle
can
on the
see this
ground.
guy, but you see this guy's body's made out of outer space, and then you notice how there's like shadows with like in dimensions. See, like all the contrast with the yellow and outer space vibes. So it's like the acid man. Even his little goatee with the funky goatee looks like a little acid tabs, and the little fucking his hair with the retro neon cool midnight blue vibes. Like, you know, remember like Final Fantasy 15 or whatever, the shit. And then like, yeah, his like I was going for his aesthetic, like Noctis and, you know, Vice and shit. And you know, with the black Biddy, she's got like Scorpio on her fucking on her leg. Cause I'm a Scorpio. It's a crazy part. You see how her shit is all green. It's green. See how her top is green. There's like more retro colors in the green that reflect that. Like, I feel like this is like a very high stark. Like, I guess the running theme is a lot of contrast and a lot of stark colors with the neon, and just showing how much of a sucker of neon on. Like, even with the neon headband right here, it's so unnecessary. Come on, you don't have the distractions. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a fuck. You want to say something?
She's absolutely gorgeous, but you see how he gets pushed into all the background, so I just want to know more about that.
The background is like, yeah, I guess the acid man is like hugging her in a sensual way.
So is he real or fake?
I guess he's real, I guess. It's like a mental thing. I mean, like, this is technically a flashback of an old episode, because this is like my, you know, when you like make comic books and you make characters, these are like my first 2 characters that I took seriously in a way, and also at the same time just re-explaining an old love story that I wrote as like in my younger hormone days, where I was like, please, I wanna fuck. You know what I mean? Know what I'm saying? And that's my message behind this, like for my comic book. So.
And what's the M?
The M is just means Scorpio. And you see like the 5, you know, he's got like rings on his fingers, like the little ridges with the acid man. I made him like extra psychedelic for no reason. And this girl with the psychedelic hair, they do, and that was they may be partners. Because they are. That was based off the comic book. It was like these 2 were like lovers, and this guy had jungle fever for the black girl. But you know, that's like any story.
You still see colors.
Exactly, you just see colors though. It doesn't matter what they're about. It's like, you know, it just goes to show, like, if I take something that matters and use it into something that's still relevant now, it's like it all comes full circle. But you see here, like, you know, like, okay, like for me, I kind of hate it the way it came out, but it's
they're
like
bat wings.
They are like bat wings. No, they're actually like the Dark Requiem XYZ dragon. It's like, yeah, so this is like based off like Requiem and like Dark Rebellion, like dark themes, like the cathedral glass. So it's like, it's like more stained glass, like me paying homage and respecting like how much I love stained glass. Because yeah, in religion, exactly, it's the religious undertones of like in my art, where like, okay, stained glass. So like so it's like me trying to go for that dynamic theme of like, okay, dynamic themes like romance, religion.
Yeah, people were tripping off of Jesus.
You were tripping off Jesus.
And just eating stale bread.
Eating stale bread. You know, I'm trying to, you know what I mean? I want to trip on some Jesus.
I mean, the bread was poisoned with the ergot, so.
But, you know, the crazy thing is, you can see with the wings, they're very intricate, stained glass. See the circle and circle technique with these black circles and the black contrast. This is like, you know, it was like, it's just trippy as fuck, tripping balls, man. I mean, and that's sort of like the hot dynamic of a thing of me appreciating like religion more. This is like, if anything, this is like more along the lines of like, you know, respecting like the boundaries of like, you know, two lovers.
Yeah, what have you learned from this piece of making?
What have I learned? That I learned with the connection, like there's always a connection between like man and women, and like, you know, and the religious overtones of like, you know, this whole thing.
Who are you there?
I'll be the guy on acid, and I'm like this debating.
What does religion mean to you?
What does religion mean to me? I think it just means answers to like a bigger question of this thing we call life. So it's been like, my religion is in the like for me, my religion is in the stars. So
you were
like,
mentioning some frustrations before about how they said what you can and can't do.
Yeah, that's the liberals, but that's a different take. Now, I mean. Funny. I wanted to get a joke out between the biddy and the religion. It was funny because I remember religion, you're like, oh, don't touch the biddy. But I'm like, I want to touch her. And that was creepy when I say it out loud, but you know what I mean? You know how it is with religious undertones? You can't just like the sanctity of marriage. You can't just like violate that sanctity. Chastity. I realized there was a deeper theme of like me making jokes about like religion and biddies, and you can't touch the biddy, but fuck religion. You know what I mean? I like biddies. And I remember like in church, they always tell me that you can't fall in love because, or something like that. You couldn't like, you know, you can't consent to like sexual. Like, you can consent to
no
sex
looking at girls until marriage.
No, yeah, no girls until marriage. You can't hold hands and all the kissing shit. That was like kind of like, that was that joke of the sanctity of marriage, chastity. Like the level, like, oh, the church is always telling me like, oh, you know, you can like a girl, but you can't have intercourse with her until you like get married.
You know what I'm really getting from this picture?
What?
Take on me vibes. Like the guy is in the picture world, and like she's being drawn in.
Yeah, I should get copywritten for that song. Like, I just you saw humming it like take me, I'll take on me. And head
UMG
spins.
would like to know your location.
Head spins, they'll kind of, you know, and hilarious.
Like, comment below if you're gonna hit him with a copyright strike.
Another copyright strike. The point is barriers, don't break them, biddies. I love it. And
Get your money from this man.
Money from this man. Gimme. Yeah. No, you know what I mean. A hot take. You know, you say something controversial on camera, but you just like, I don't care.
Well, okay.
You'll keep it in anyway. Everything is all raw dog.
You were
footage.
talking about like religion before.
Yeah,
like,
this is about a religion. If anything, yeah, I think the only religion out of this is like the whole like stained glass. To be honest, and with the religion thing, I'm more in tune with the stars because you know the stars are there. So maybe like in a way, people are like, oh, is this like, you know, it's like chic? Like, oh, is this like freaking what's that culture with the elephant man? I know I'll pull it up as a reference.
Hinduism.
Huh? Hinduism, yeah. Some people are like, is this a Hindu piece? I'm like, why not? Yo, fuck not. I love Hinduism. So like, and that's even like on something where like, okay, like, am I accidentally like running into like where I'm trying to be so dank in the art where I'm like, now I'm in a realm like Hinduism, awesome.
Like a little Vishnu.
A little Vishnu, you know, a little like, you know, it's just like respecting, you know, it's like that whole thing, Vishnu, religion. Stained glass, I guess for me, is like the reflection of a man and a woman. And the meaning behind this is that like me respecting that thing of of a bond, and then like, you know, there's like stronger bonds, like religion is a bond in a way, you know, so for some others, you know.
Suffering for others.
Suffering for others, depends how you put it. Bishop Joansie, show until episode 9.
Yeah, check. Off the top, know what it is. It's beautiful. Shorty, get your cuticles done and all that. With the makeup, with the all straps. Pretty bra with the titty tar. Know what it is, the itty BR cuz. Know what it is, and niggas wanna rain cuz be a law. Niggas know what it is, leotards with the Kozak. Niggas know what it is, Kojak. Me and my nigga looking like a Bozak. Niggas know what it is, I flow with the furious guards. Know what it is, I came back with the 40. Came back looking pretty with the gaudy rhymes. Know what it is, I'm looking real sporty prime. In my later years, know what it is, I hope I make it to see another year. Came through with a stuntin', I came back looking real plushy. The plush with the Jag Jeep. Know what it is in me, so I creep, I rose to my feet. After a letdown, the niggas know what it is, niggas sit. Came back with the chords. Know what it is, y'all niggas fly swords. Flying saucer. Know what it is, I'm not an alien, but be cautious. Stop playing. Give me 10 feet. Matter of fact, give me 15, get a meat. Matter of fact, it be danger. Know what it is, off the top like a stranger. Matter of fact, get a strangler. Niggas know how I gave it up. Matter of fact, get the bigger truck. Put it in the town. Ride it around until you get out of bounds. Get the new coupe. Know what it is, I'm eating on a soup. Chicken and gravy. Know what it is. Shorty says she coming over maybe. Cause you know how these chickens do. Matter of fact, yo, I'm about to screw. Shorty dime piece. Know what it is, I fuck a fly Sam Seed on the 1-2. Know what it is, the OG.